Hi there, everybody. This is Amber Johnson. Welcome to Helping the Good People. I made it over here to the park, and I'm going to try something different, okay? First of all, I brought my Palo Santo stick to cleanse my energy. I found an amazing tree that I'm sitting under. Thank you, tree. And I'm hugging it, and I got my feet in the dirt over here, wrapped around the roots of the tree. And first of all, I want to send love and light to all of you around the world, whoever winds up watching this. Welcome to my channel. You guys have been seeing posts. I don't know how many of you actually have subscribed to my channel, but it has come to my attention that we are doing a lot here in Tucson. And my hopes is to spread this love and energy across the world to enlighten you guys, uplift you, encourage you to start doing your own thing wherever you are. Even at this particular moment of watching this video, I want you to sit down, find a tree, even hug it if you have to. Put your feet in the dirt, feel the grass, and just sit still. Let's take a moment of silence. And let it out. Just breathe. You can find some sage or anything you want. Just breathe. The one thing I taught my children, especially when they're stressed out and worried about stuff, is to stop. I make them stop and I make them breathe with me for at least 3 chances, like 3 breaths. Okay, breathe. And I do it with them. My son, he has a stuttering problem, and the first thing I thought of was to breathe with him. So I told him, I said, Jake, calm down. It's okay, buddy. I'm like, do me a favor. Stop. I said, take 3 deep breaths with me, and then I do it with him. And then I tell him, okay, now think about what you were going to say and say it. And I'll tell you what, it helped him in every way. Now he doesn't stutter as much. He remembers, and he teaches me when I get upset. But I also taught him how to understand that mommy gets loud. I get anxiety. I'm an empath, I've grown up working in a bar scene where the music was loud. I get good energy, and I just flow. So the one thing I taught them was to calmly tap me and say, Mommy, you're yelling. Mommy, you're being loud. Mommy, you're cussing. And ever since I taught them that, man, I'll tell you, They remind me, and I've stopped. I've calmed down. And if more people would understand that about me, not to just charge at me or tell me, shut the fuck up, or just run away and like whatever, then better chances are you're going to either piss me off, put me in a defensive mode, which I'm working on, or you're never going to see me again. You see what I'm saying? So I just want to say hello, and I'm sending blessings, love, and good tidings. It is Christmas Eve, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I set my intentions not only the day before the new moon and the full moon, and then on full moon, and by the next day, me and my girlfriend sat down in this park at Reed Park here in Tucson by the ducks and the geese and the herons and the swans, and had a beautiful day. We had so many awakenings and flashes of the future of what we're doing, what we're going to create, and we came up with sacred Sunday circles, all between 2 of us. We lit some sage, and we brought our tarot cards and books, and not knowing what we're going to do, but I'll tell you what, we started it. We had people coming up and sitting down with us, and more people coming around and feeding the animals, and which this park has had the duck pond all my life. I've been here since 1985, and I remember coming here and feeding the ducks and stuff, and they used to have like the paddle boats. They don't have the paddle boats anymore, but they've expanded the duck pond. Now they have 2 little ones, and this is like the biggest, best park ever. Talk about grounding and feeling at peace. I don't have trees. I don't have a lake. I don't have the ocean. Believe me, if I did, I'd be sitting there. My dream, of course, is to go to Hawaii, and Maui's been calling out to me, okay? I don't know if you guys have had any inklings of going somewhere or doing something, but I have. And I'm following my dreams and my goals of uniting. Because seriously, everyone's like, well, you need to do this and you need to do that and you need to change this. And I'm just like, dude, why don't we just start with Tucson, Arizona? Like, Tucson is so bad. And I've been here. I've been up against this government. I know who is bad and who is good. And I'll tell you what, I started fighting for my family, not understanding any of it or why my abuser had my children. All I did was attack, okay? I went after the people that kidnapped my kids last year. I went after the lawyers that was responsible for covering my ex, my abuser, who's abused not only me, other people, other women, has 10 children total, and just in trying to get my children back and safe. So I understand how hard it is to be in the suffering mode. You know, I've written letters, I've fought back in every way legally possible, man, not understanding, man, but I can tell you now, I understand. I did what any mother would have done. I don't know about you guys, but I love my children more than myself. I have sacrificed enough. I have given my life to God and said, take them, take me. I'd rather die than watch my kids suffer. But then I got led more onto this journey of peace and love, which has always been within me. In all my trauma, all of my suffering, I've always replaced it with love. I have taught myself. I have done groups. I have sought out therapists, counselors, everyone, support groups, family. And I have put my head in books. I have learned about narcissism and bipolar and, you know, everything under the sun, because that's the way I was taught. I was raised in books. I spent all my days in libraries, reading, learning, writing. Now I'm starting books, self-help books. I'm actually going to spend the day and type it up because everything's in notebooks. My whole life's in notebooks, man. You know, all my imagination goes into notebooks. I can't help but write. I'm a writer, a photographer, videographer. I'm a healer, shaman, pagan, angel, earth angel, prophet. I am like everything. I am everything to me. I have been through so much and took less than what I was deserved. I felt unworthy of God. I felt unworthy of friends. I felt suicidal many, many times. I gotta admit that. I will be honest. And it made me think that if I was suicidal once, many times over, that suicide is definitely a part of my life forever. So what I've decided to do was to learn that even though I get into these moments, it's a temporary moment. Does that make sense? And so I've designed a group on how I healed myself through it, how I got through it, and the fact that if I ever get that way again, on how I can handle it. And I also teach my children, and I teach others. Everywhere I go, man, everyone's in need of something. They just approach me for love advice, they just tell me their stories. It's like I have this sign on me that says, what do you need? And they come. I told my friend when we start this group, it's like that, build it and they will come. All I did was turn on a camera. I shared it to YouTube and shared it with all of you. And next thing you know, I got a blow up of people that I've reached out to for almost 2 years to get them to tell their stories, to let's create events, let me come out and film you guys, and here I'll take $10 donations per hour just so I can support my family. And what? No one has responded. So I went off Facebook. I've spent 2.5, almost 3 years being followed by a family who I've known for a very long time. I didn't understand how they knew me or how they knew where I was or what was going on. It was during all that trauma that happened after my kids got taken. And I've spent all this time helping victims to wake up, because as me, I didn't know I was a victim of domestic violence. I didn't know I was being abused. I didn't know I had been raped and drugged until almost 10 years later, when the memories started coming back. So what did I do? I put it all in notebooks. I started writing and coloring and going on long walks and singing and talking shit to God and creating Helping the Good People from scratch. Exposing my secrets, seeking out other victims, ones that wanted to tell their story. And it seems that everybody has just lived in fear and afraid of change, but without knowing, just like I did. So if this is encouraging to you guys at all, I wish for you to like, comment, and reshare this video so others can learn and start their own thing, no matter where you are in this world. We have all come to the same conclusion. We're all sick, we're all ill, and the bottom line, the root cause to all of this illness stems from domestic violence. Domestic violence needs to be addressed here in Tucson. The bill is going to be rewritten. I already know people that are doing it, and I'm one of them due to my trauma. And I've met so many other sufferers. There's a lot of victims right now sitting in jail. And I know because I was one of them. Thing is that I violated a protection order, guys. I've been fighting this stuff in court for so many years. And I realized that, yeah, I could have taken it to court. And I didn't. Why? Because I thought I was saving the victim, the person that I loved, who I've known 15 years, man, when I really needed to save myself. So I hope this is encouraging. I seriously don't know what I'm doing. I just know I turn on the camera, I speak. All my videos, which is like almost 200 videos and counting, are on YouTube under Helping the Good People. They're all uncut live feeds of just life. Music, art, in interviews, I have done it all. And now I'm building my business around it. I am flowing, man. I got so many more cool ideas. And we are doing this park event every Sunday at the Duck Pond at 22nd and Country Club from 10 to 2. And we are opening it up to anyone who wants to come out. You bring your own supplies if you want. Anything that you're good at. I don't care if it's writing or music or just sitting there, or you want to bring some beads and teach my kids. Because in actuality, what we're doing here is just loving each other. We're hugging trees. We're giving thanks to what we do have. We're showing gratitude. And we're sacrificing everything that we can to be a part of this whole entire world. Universal love, man. That's all the words I can say about that one. We all have universal love. We all have a plan. We all have a mission. What I do know is that my mission is with my family. They have encouraged me. I have taught them through my suffering because they too are suffering. My children are 9, 10, and 20. My 20-year-old hasn't talked to me in about 2 years because she will not talk about her abuse. She is scared, and all I want to do is hug her. The man that put me in jail, you know, in all honesty, all I want is a hug from him because I've already forgiven him. And I don't even know if he even understands that. My journey here in this world is to just love me, to heal me. And in doing so, it heals him. And that is where the twin flame soulmate stuff comes in. I don't understand it. It's just a word, people. Because in the end of this journey, all it says is that self-love and self-care is the journey. Mastering the yin and yang within us both, in all of us. Once we master our good and bad sides, then the healing begins. I'm all for healing and burning sage and playing with stones and reading your tarot cards because that is the real me, and I've been afraid of it for too long. Thank you.